Well, now I want to introduce N-Scale modeling segment. The sponsor for this is National Capital Trains.
National Capital Trains is the largest supplier of N-scale modeling products in the state of Virginia. We have been in business since 1989. We carry a full line of modeling products, specializing in N and HO-N3 scales. We carry a large selection of competitively priced high-quality N-scale products from Atlas, Bachmann, Digitrax, Intermountain, Kato, Microtrains, NCE, Pico, Rapido, Soundtrax, as well as Brass. For foreign railroad train aficionados, we offer a wide selection of Japanese and European prototype trains. We are located 20 miles from Washington, D.C. in Springfield, Virginia. We are a short 7-minute drive off Interstate 95. Stop in and see us for the best in N-scale. We also have online ordering on our website, including great prices and expert advice. Call us for your N-scale modeling needs and advice. Use the QR code to visit our website. We look forward to serving you.
Bernie mentioned Kato as one of the companies that he represents. I recently was talking to an N-scale modeler who told me about a product that Kato produces. And forgive me if I get this wrong, but my understanding is it's called the Kato Diorama Circus. And it's a small model. It's, I think, 5, 6, 7 inches in size. And people are buying them and creating scenes on them. It comes with a piece of Kato track, and there are certain dimensions and requirements and so forth to be able to make it into a module, and they're being taken to shows and set up as a module layout and actually operate. Frankly, some of the older people like myself, trying to hustle around a 2 foot by 4 foot module is tough. But something that this small, you can almost put it in your pocket and take it around. So I think that this really has some potential, not just for N-scalers, but for a lot of modelers who would like to experiment a little bit with creating different kinds of scenes or using different techniques they may hear about or learn about. And it would be something that would be easy to use and I think possibly a fun project. Bernie has volunteered to provide some literature on our table at Timonium this weekend. And you can pick up some information about these and find out a little bit more about them from our table at the show. But I think this really may have some real potential for a lot of first-time modelers, and for some of us old guys that just don't want to have to lug the big 2x4 modules around anymore. Anyway, the host for this segment of our show, N-Scale Modeling, is Bill Stimpson. So, Bill, welcome.
Thanks, Jim. Let's see if I can share. Hey, look at that. Does it show up on the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. First time I've done this on a Zoom call, so.
My gosh, you're an expert.
So, by way of introduction, here is my path to today. When I was 13, I bought my first N-scale starter set. A year later, my grandfather passed away, and he was a model railroader. My father was not, but my grandfather was. So I ended up getting a stack. I didn't get anything from his layout, but I got a stack of model railroader magazines, and those kind of inspired me through high school. And of course, then you hit 1978 through 95, and I didn't have any money for hobby because I got married, had children, went to college, and all of that fun stuff. I built a layout about 95 for a while in the garage, and several years later, I abandoned that. In 2007, I decided on a third one, I started building based on an old MR project layout, the Sierra Pintata, and that lasted for a few years, but it was too much, and I just couldn't get it moving. In 2017, I retired and joined the NMRA and went to my first convention, and I abandoned the Sierra Pintata. Last year, I started building a layout, which I will send pictures to Chris for the next My Build. And it's just based on an old 4x8 that was in Model Railroader. It's 28 by 56 inches. And so my inspirations have been Frank Ellison. You can see some of the buildings I built, the Franks, E.L. Moore. I didn't find any buildings still alive from my years. Art Curran, Thomas York. I've shown my Thomas York ones in my builds in the past. Anyway, so this month I worked on some new creations kits. I actually met Alan Rogers in California on our summer trip and bought the Weller gas station and the Weller store from Alan. And so I started work on them in June. I stained the walls with a mid-brown wash from Army Painter and then painted them silver gray from Vallejo and Word Bearers Red, which is a Citadel paint. There's a closer up, and you assemble them with, you can see how small that's a, give you an idea, that's the square, metal square you see there in the picture. Give you an idea of the size of these things. I think I have a picture with a dime in it later on. And so I showed some of these pictures in the August My Build, I think. And then when I got back here, I decided I'd take some of these swap meet details that I've purchased over the years and see if I can assemble this into some kind of a module. And so you end up with some, there's a penny to give you an idea of the size, some pumps with, that's actually copper wire that's bent to fit. And then I started work on the store, painting the same way. The kit did not come with roof trusses, but I decided since I was going to put an interior and a light in it, I would put some roof trusses in and make the roof actually removable. And then I found another bunch of details. These are laser cut store shelves. And by painting the little laser cut cans, boxes, whatever, in various colors, they look somewhat realistic, especially in N scale and from a distance. And then I mounted them inside. And now you can start to see the building. I added some dry transfer signs from an old kit and the Weller decal from Allen and put some matte varnish over them. And I had an LED light to the inside to give you some light. That roof is actually on, and that's, you can actually see the storekeeper and a customer in the store. Here's a where it's going to go on my layout. I'm not quite ready to put the rest of the scene together, but that's where it's going to go. And the hole here is for the LED cord when it gets set up. I added a car to the scene. This is actually a brass etched kit that you assemble with super glue, and it's tiny. You could see it in the picture right there. And there's a picture with the dime on it. Give you some idea of the size of these kits. They are interesting to build. They can be a challenge just because of the size more than anything. Thank you for your attention.
Bill, thank you so very much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.